computer. Oops, Daisy. If you can all unmute and start your cameras. There's Sarah. Hi. Zoe. Alessa. Keisha. Louise.
Hello.
And Generisa.
Hello.
Oh, I know you all. This is so cool. So who did their hair? Who put lipstick on? Who's got perfume on?
No.
Zoe, can you move your you're sitting sideways?
Okay.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, lovely to have you here together. Nikita is still trying to join us. I have a lot of things that I want to share with you because you're all very, very close to departing. In actual fact, in 48 hours, Sarah will be leaving. Are you ready?
As ready as I can be.
Okay, cool. And Nikita's also just gotten her ticket. I thought maybe we do a quick introduction round, starting with Sarah, then Zoe, then Palesa, just to talk a little bit quickly who you are, where you're located in South Africa, and tell us about your host family.
Okay, well, yeah, my name's Sarah. I live in Cape Town. And yeah, as Bianca said, I leave on Friday at midnight to go, obviously, au pair in Holland. My family, they have 3 kids, a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And I'll obviously be staying with them and looking after them there. And yeah, just being responsible for them for the next year.
Fantastic. Zoe.
Okay, hello guys. I'm Zoe Morocco. I am from Cape Town. I might be leaving the 13th of October.
Oh, no,
might be earlier. Okay.
Zoe, we already, oh yeah, we discussed this. You're going to Mr. Kishari. Zoe was actually placed last night. Yay.
Oh, yeah.
So, as I've been stressing, some of you might not know, but there's a new law going into effect on the 1st of October. Yeah. The other girls actually don't know, but I'll quickly explain the new law. The new law states that all au pairs arriving into Holland after the, oh, there's Nikita. So all girls arriving in Holland after the 1st of October, they will be needing proof of having no children and proof of not being married. Now, the document proof of having no children doesn't even exist in South Africa.
Yeah.
And the proof of not married takes approximately 9 to 12 months if you get it at all. So at the moment, you guys and a few others are part of the last batch of au pairs. You can count yourself very, very lucky because, yes, we need an unabridged, and yes, it's a bit of a pain, but nothing compared to trying to get proof that you are not married in South Africa. Yeah. So that's just a quick update. So we carry on and talk about your host family, please.
So my host family is single dad and 1 daughter. The daughter is 8 years old, so I'll be going there to take care of her and also learning her responsibilities, not thinking that I'm going to be doing everything for her. I'm going there to teach her responsibilities as well. Yeah.
Oh, she sounds like a harsh teacher. Hey, Zoe.
No.
All right, Palesa.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Palesa. I'm from Joburg. I am leaving sometime this month. Hopefully soon. I'm praying like in the next 2 weeks. I live with. It is 3 kids, and the mom, Micah, dad, Scott. They have pretty cool jobs. And then the kids are 3, 5 turning 6, and then 8 turning 9. 2 girls and a boy. And I'm very excited. I love kids. And I'm also very excited for the cultural exchange. I'm so excited to teach them about stuff that happens here. So yeah. That's pretty much it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Palesa. How about you, Keisha?
Hi everyone, my name's Keisha. I live in Cape Town. I will be leaving sometime mid-September. I have 3 kids. I'm so excited. The youngest is Dora. She's turning 2 in September. Then I have a 4-year-old. Her name's Miz. She's turning 5. And then the eldest, which is Lou, and she's turning 6. So I'm so excited. They actually sent me a video yesterday where they were playing and so many. So I'm so excited to meet them and obviously help them learn and grow along with them as well.
Wonderful. And then we have Louise.
Hi everyone, I'm Louise. I hope you guys can all hear me. So I live in Cape Town, Grassy Park. So I'll be looking after 3 children in the Netherlands. Max is 11 years old, Kate is 8 years old, and Tex is 5 years old. So basically what I want to try to do is tell them about my life in South Africa, how is my life in South Africa. And the funny part is that they are also being raised by a single mother. So was I all my life. So that is also something we have in common. Yeah. Thank you.
Very exciting. Gina-Risa, our only Natal girl who's now in Joburg.
No, I'm actually in Joburg. Hi everyone, I'm Jenna-Reese. I live in Joburg. My host family has 3 kids, 6, 8, and 10 turning 11, I think. I'm not sure. I'm really excited to go and experience a different culture, as well as get to know my host family. So yeah.
Thank you. And then our Nikita.
Hello everyone, I'm Nikita. I'm from Cape Town. I have my house family of 3 sons. One is 4 years old and 2 boys of 2 years old. They are in Den Haag, in Netherlands. I'm excited to go. I'm excited to meet all of you guys there in Netherlands. Yeah, and I'm excited to change cultures with them. Where I'm come from, I will learn to them and learn stuff from them also. I'm excited.
Thank you. All right, I am just going to talk and talk and talk. There's a lot of stuff that you guys don't realize. And because we have so many girls departing now, it is a good opportunity. We used to have Aupair training days. Unfortunately, COVID happened. We've had to close our offices. So first of all, during your interview, we discussed bike riding. And again, I need to emphasize how important it is that you can ride a bike. I really would like to urge you again to continue to practice, because during training day, we'd have 20 or 30 girls. And when I asked who can ride a bike, everybody would raise their hands. And out comes my bicycle from Holland, and we'd go to the park, and my bike was so abused. I mean, the girls end up in the bins, in the bushes. They harmed the squirrels. I mean, I'm sure the squirrels were saying, oh, God, here they come again. Let's go hide, because these girls cannot ride a bicycle to save their life. You might think you can ride a bicycle. I always say, if you can hold a cup of coffee and ride with one hand and still be on your phone and have 5 grocery bags on your bicycle and you manage not to fall, then you are a good bike rider. And I doubt any of you are that good on your bicycle. So practice as much as you can. Explain to your host family. A Dutch family has no idea. They would not understand load shedding. My agent this morning said, oh my gosh, I've been on hold with immigration for 8 minutes. I go, well, try apply for a passport in South Africa. You'll stand in line for 5 hours. And then we get load shedding and you're told to come back the next day. You know, they cannot visualize and understand how we live. Also, most host families are travelers. They're used to packing a suitcase, going here, there, everywhere. It's very hard for them to comprehend that, you know, this moment, this upcoming moment of you departing is something you've lived towards for months now, you know, and you had hopes and disappointments and hopes again. For you, it's huge. And it maybe just try and do your best to put yourself into their shoes. Now, to avoid any awkward moments at the airport, the Dutch kiss 3 times, and it will always cause moments where you butt noses with your host dad because he's gone in for the second kiss and you going in for a hug, and you create the most awkward moments. If you don't want to hug, and hugging is not a thing in Holland, I suggest when you meet your host family, you stick out your hand and you give a firm handshake. Know this, please. Nothing worse than a weak handshake. But instead of the kissing or the hugging, give a handshake. It will be well received and you won't have any awkward moments where you're touching lips with your host mom or whatever, okay? Climate-wise and how to pack. A lot of people will say, oh my gosh, you're so unlucky. You're getting the tail end. We're in winter now, and when you arrive in Europe, winter is on its way. You know, August still okay, but September and October, it's going to go downhill. The good thing about this is that when you come home, you have the tail end of winter and then you have summer. So you're almost having 2 summers in a row. So that's the nice part. It is going to be dreadful there. I mean, when I send a photo of anything to my family in Holland, they go, oh my God, look, blue skies. I never even thought of it that way. You will very, very rarely see blue skies. And as soon as the sky is blue and the sun is out, oh my goodness, the whole country celebrates. Everything gets put outside, all the terraces, all the nice places where you can go have coffee or have drinks or go for a bite to eat. Everything will be outside. And that is because the summer is so very short. I was recently in Holland, and at most of the time that I was there, the weather in Cape Town was actually better in winter than for them in summer. So we always joke and we say in Holland, summer was on a Wednesday last year, because, you know, you'll have one good day and then boom, it's bad again. Now, what to pack? To pack, I always say, when you have your pocket money in Europe, you want to use that money to travel. So a few good pairs of jeans, good shoes, and forget about the Lani stuff, forget about the doof doof nightclub. You know, you're only there for a year. I would highly recommend you go out and you explore as much as you possibly can. You know, you can get drunk and dance in a nightclub for the rest of your life when you get home. You know, it's very expensive. Of course, you always use your South African accent. It's the best way to get free drinks. Absolute best way to get free drinks. But I would say, you know, forget about the nightlife and rather spend that money that you would on drinks and perhaps on clothing, use it to travel. Travel within Europe is very cheap, very cheap. Your host family will help you. There is so many passes that you can buy. For example, a few years back, I took my mom to Paris. From Rotterdam station to Paris, you take a bullet train, and 3 hours later, you're in Paris. So, you know, I don't know if you guys realize how easy and how quick travel is within Europe. And, you know, I stay in touch with all my au pairs, and there's nothing better for me to see an au pair under the Eiffel Tower, or snow skiing in Germany, or in Venice, or in Rome, or in Spain. And I highly recommend that you do that. So pack very cautiously, pack stuff that's long lasting, a few warm sweaters. I don't really think, unless you can afford K-Way, but even K-Way, I don't know if that would cover you enough for winter, because it gets very cold. So there is lots of cheap shops in Europe. So if you've got limited space, and it depends on what airline you fly, some girls will fly Emirates, some will fly KLM. Now KLM will only allow you one suitcase of 23 kilos. You flying KLM, right, Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah. One suitcase of 23, whereas Emirates allows you 2 suitcases of 20 or whatever. So it depends on your airline. Also, what I want to say is there are, as far as I know, no more COVID restrictions. No more testing that you need to do. God, we've had nightmares. We've had so many nightmares with girls standing in tears at the airport, their test results haven't come, the airline won't let them board, etc., etc. It is always good to check, once you've got your airline ticket, just to check in with the airline to make sure that I am correct. Also, if you make a stopover, I think Dubai is what they would use. And I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think that we have any more restrictions. In Holland at the moment, everything's open, everything's fine, everything is mask-free. But again, you know, we don't know if the umpteenth wave is going to come or not, but you'll see. But at the moment, everything's hunky-dory, everything's open and everything's free. Okay, I've touched on the packing. All right, what I'd like to also mention is your arrival month. When things go wrong, and if things go wrong, they always go wrong in the first month. And that is because possibly wrong expectations. I always tell my au pairs, and you might have friends already in Holland, you might be in touch with other au pairs that are there and they can't wait for you to arrive. Your first month really should be with the host family. I've had girls arrive on a Friday and the host family says on Sunday, we would really like to take you out for a Sunday lunch and show you around. And the au pair simply says, oh no, Sunday's my day off and I've already got plans. Do you understand? It's just not on. This family has signed their life away to have you arrive. And I might be exaggerating when I say, spend your first month with your host family. I am exaggerating, but it just to prevent things going wrong. It says my internet connection is unstable. I hope you can still hear me. During your first month, it is very important that you drop your phone, put it away. I know your family wants to stay in touch, your family wants to know everything, but set aside a time in the evenings after bedtime, whatever, to catch up with your family and to post on Facebook, because phones are one of the biggest reasons things go wrong. You know, the au pair is on her phone all the time. Don't do it. Give your host family that first month. Give yourself time to settle into a routine. You know, we also the work schedule that you've received. A work schedule was a requirement, a new requirement from the immigration department. And very rarely is the work schedule that you were given is actually correct. So don't write to me after 2 days and say, oh, my schedule says I'm due to have off at 3 p.m. and now my family's only coming home at 5. You know, these are host families with crazy busy lives. Everybody needs a chance to get settled into a routine. So give it time. Obviously, it is very difficult when you live with a host family and you are told you're going to work 30 hours a week. And already the first week, they go way overboard. You know, all of a sudden host mom's got an extra meeting, she's not coming home, whatever. I would say keep a record of your hours. Don't immediately complain, because what goes wrong in week 1 might be fixed in week 2 or in week 3. But once you've got pretty much a good routine going, then that would be the time to say to your host parents, could we perhaps sit down? Can we have a chat? And you could then show the hours that you've had sole charge of the children, where there's no other parent. One of the biggest misconceptions is, and that causes problems, is the au pair says, I'm always working. And in a way that is true, because unless you're in your bedroom and you've made your bedroom off limit to the host children, and that's a hard one to do because they want to get to know you, you want to love them, you want to be loved in return, but really try and keep your au pair, your own room, private. There must be a door that you can close and go inside and have your own private time without the kids barging in. It's really hard to set that boundary, but it's really good advice. So the au pair, the moment you leave your bedroom, the safety and sanity of your bedroom, you might feel like you're working all the time. And it is uncomfortable. Now, as at home, if you're not working and your mom says, set the table or empty the dishwasher, you know, that is just normal part of being a host family. I always say, if you want to have free time, disappear to your room. If you are not working and the host mom is home, you can say to her, I'm going to have some private time for the next 2 hours. You know, call me if you need me, but I'm going to be in my room. I'm just going to be on Facebook and on my phone or whatever. I just really want you to have an open mind with regards to where do my work hours start? When do they finish? Also, maybe they have a dog and maybe it's not part of your duties, but you got the morning off and you take the dog for a walk. And the next morning you do the same. The third morning, your host family will say, oh, what time are you taking the dog for a walk? And you go, well, you know, it's actually not my job and I don't want to do it every day. So what I'm saying is, if you do a lot extra, and I know you want to be in the good books with your host family, but if you do a lot of extra jobs, then the next thing is they're going to expect it, right? So it's a very thin line. Where's your 30 hours? Where do your duties begin, where do your duties end? But I hope that with this explanation, you know, it's given you a little bit of a wider view and give everyone time to settle in. You know, the kids are not going to straight away love you. Most of your host families currently have an au pair. And they're going to say to you, Louise, I don't like you. I want Razan back. You know, Razan was much nicer than you. So in your case, sorry, it's Razan for you that you're replacing. But, you know, don't expect the most loving, exciting kids. Can I see hands? Who's got a current au pair they're replacing?
Me.
Okay, so yeah, it's difficult for you. You're going to have to work extra hard to make the children love you. If you are the first au pair or the current au pair has left already, then it's a bit easier because all the time and energy you give them will be highly appreciated. I'm just going to check my document and see. I will send you all the departure letter. We've touched on the COVID, we've touched on arrival. All right. Shall we have a moment for questions if there are any, or do you want to do that one-on-one with me? Sarah, you got any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
Wonderful. Do you have any concerns? What scares you the most?
I guess just going into essentially a stranger's home and having to be responsible for their children for a whole year. But I'm more just like nervous for like the beginning, like getting used to everything. But I'm not too worried about how it will pan out.
Wonderful. Palesa?
The same question, or are you asking me if I have questions?
What would be your concern? What would be your worry about? Well, or is there anything you're afraid of?
I don't think I'm necessarily afraid of anything, but yeah, there's just the anxiety of a new place, new people. Get over that as time goes by. So
okay, great stuff. Jenerice?
Essentially the same thing. It's a new place. It's a new family. You have to get to know them in order to get comfortable, you know?
Yeah. Nikita?
I don't have any concerns or nervousness.
Wow, you all such confident women, hey?
I'm just a little nervous for the airport. It's my first time that I will travel. But I'm just a little nervous of the airport. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you know, South African airports are very, very easy. You know, you get on, when you get off, oh, by the way, Schiphol Airport, where you'll be traveling to, is at the moment experiencing huge staff shortages. So when I arrived at Schiphol Airport 3 weeks ago, there was about 16,000 pieces of lost luggage, all lying everywhere. It was an absolute chaos. I think they've gotten a little bit better, and arriving is better than departing, because I had to be at the airport 5 hours before departing, and I can send you photos of what the airport looks like. So arriving is still a lot better, but your first line will be at customs. You just stand in line. Everybody in Holland knows about the huge delays. Follow the signs, or if Nikita, in your case, if you're worried about, because it can be confusing, you know, speak to the person next to you on the plane or on the other side of the aisle and say, I'm so worried I won't be able to find where my luggage has gone. Can I walk with you? It's a real scary thing, and I think it's a very good point that you're raising. So go with the flow, hang on to somebody on your flight, follow the signs. Again, departing is really easy because, you know, there's only a few flights departing, and once you've gone into international departure, there's even less flights departing, you know. So that's all very easy. Landing can be a bit scary. When you leave your exit, once you've gotten through customs, you show your passport, once you've got your luggage, and once you get to the exit, do not leave the exit area. Do not start wandering about. Don't go walk about. It's easiest if you stay where you are and your host family will find you. Schiphol Airport is very easy to connect to the free Wi-Fi. So once you're standing in a line or whatever, you can send your host family a message saying, I'm standing in line at customs, or I'm waiting for my luggage. Already start making contact. So, you know, then everything will be fine. Okay, Nikita? Keisha?
Thank you, Stacey. Just the culture shock. So I'm not sure about everyone, but it's my first time traveling internationally. So it's just getting used to the culture, getting used to my family. But they're very accommodating because we try to communicate as often as possible to get to know each other up until I do leave. So I'm making sure that there's always conversation that doesn't die out, and then there's that awkwardness. So I'm getting
I think you're very lucky that you have a host family that is so considerate and has time to chat to you all the time, because some girls, you know, after the match, the au pair hears very little because they simply don't have time to engage. But yeah, again, the arrival, the first few weeks, it's very scary. At least you now know about the kissing part. You can just stick out your arm and shake hands. Culture shock. Yeah, there is a culture shock. I think to me, the biggest thing always is that the houses in Holland are so nice. Everything is so pretty indoors. We don't have that, I think, because we live outdoors so much. But if you have to spend 9 months out of the year inside your house, you know, I think I like that about Holland. It's very pretty, and there's lots of nice food, and there's lots for you to enjoy. Louise, any fears? Any questions?
So one of my fears are that I'm really gonna miss my family a lot, but they're very supportive of my decision that I've made for myself. And the host family that I'm going to is very nice, because the current au pair that they have already, the host mom kind of want us to overlap one another so that I can get used to daily advices that I'm supposed to do. So at least I have the current au pair to help me guide me through certain things that maybe I didn't know, or maybe I must still learn in the future.
Yes, I think that's a very good point. Is your family back home? I had a brother contact me yesterday saying, we haven't had contact with Zenobia for 24 hours. What's going on? Can you check for us? I said, but she's been there nearly a year. Surely by now, 24 hours over the top, my God. Anyways, I got hold of her, and, you know, and I understand your family at home is concerned, but I think you need to be very clear and you need to be very strong. So there's nothing worse for a mother or a father or a sister to see you bawl your eyes out. You miss your family so much. You need to be strong, and you do your crying afterwards. Don't let your family see. It's not fair on them. And also, you know, I have girls that have been gone for a week and they go to the South African store. Yay, we got knickknacks. Whoa. And I go, are you stupid? Are you really stupid? I mean, You can eat knickknacks your whole life. Go out and eat other food, you know. Why must you get the hang-ups about South African food and your knickknacks? So be strong, Louise. You know, in the olden days, there was nothing like this. You couldn't see each other. You know, phoning was way too expensive. It is so easy. Also remember, you are a few of the privileged ones. You really, really are. And you know what? Leaving home is difficult, but coming home after a year is 10 times worse. 10 times worse, because your mind and your everything has so expanded. You have grown so much, and back home, nothing changes. Trust me, Louise. You think you're missing home. You know, your brothers and sisters are still fighting. Your boss is still an asshole. You understand what I mean? This one's still dating that one. There's still the bloody taxi violence. There's still load shedding. You know, nothing's going to change in the year that you're away, except you. You will change. Your whole being will be changed for the rest of your life. It is a year that you will never forget. And I always use the example of a girl in Belgium. She went to Belgium and she had newborn triplets to look after. And she was in the French part of Belgium and nobody could speak English. When the host family did the interview with her, there was one person in the whole street that could speak English. So that person did the call with her. She says, it took me 3 months to learn a little bit of French. Nobody could understand me. Every day I wanted to crawl home. And she says, only in the 4th month did I start feeling comfortable. Did I go out? Did I make new friends? And I have so much respect for that girl. You know, maybe you won't be so lucky, but I always say, if it doesn't kill you, it will make you grow. It will make you a better person. You know, stand up for yourself, do your thing, be strong, because at home, nothing changes. And this is your one opportunity to really, really change your life and change your future ahead. So, you know, set a time with your family. Make sure, I think it's ridiculous to check in every 24 hours. You know, I think it's absolute nonsense. And explain to your family at home that you're busy, you've got responsibilities. You know, send a one-liner WhatsApp and say, Mom, I'm doing fine. Bye, good night, whatever. You know, if that's what you need to do. But I always say, grow some balls. Okay. Zoe, you're the last.
Well, there's nothing that I'm actually scared or anything about. I'm just very nervous for the adapting part. But what I can say is that my host dad is so supportive. He even gave me his current Aupair's phone number. So she's always telling me about how things are and how things are that side. So for that, I'm a bit very calm now after speaking to her about things. So yeah.
I'm glad you're a bit very calm. All right, girls, I'm going to end it with this. If I've planted a seed or whatever, if anything pops into your mind, I prefer you contact me via email so that I have time to answer. When you arrive in Holland, your agent, Inky, will be your agent. You will receive a welcome package from her. There will be events. Every 3 months, there's an event that you can join. Your host family will pay for your train ticket and for the fee to join the event. They are a lot of fun. I think normally you get a really cool sweater as well, a hoodie. It's time to connect with all the other South Africans that are in Holland. I'm going to end it with that. I wish you all an amazing year. We will be in touch with each other before you depart. And yeah, toi, toi, toi. Good luck.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.